เป็นจอ Microsoft แล้วนะครับ โอเคกลับมาละ เยี่ยมเลย
Pulling on them like yeah. Verses coming daily under pressure. The true style trademark is at the edge of your dreams and fucking There's one heart, one shot, now the future is yours. Yeah, it's one heart, one shot, now the future is yours. Go.
ทำไมแชร์โมบิลเกต1กิโลเท่าไหร่เริ่มต้น690 บาทดัง690 บาทแถมฟรีใส่กล่องฟรีค่าแรงคุ้มไหมคุ้มมากครบทุกบริการเรื่องรถที่ B-Quik ทั่วประเทศถึง31 ธันวาคมนี้เรียกแบทแมนเรียกแบทแมนโทร1153ส่งฟรีเปลี่ยนถึงที่ทั่วกรุงเทพครบทุกบริการเรื่องรถที่ B-Quik
Swaddy Krap, everybody. Welcome back live from the world of GPE racing, folks. This is Lord Siri Boot B live in the hot seat once again for Gran Turismo Pro Series presented by none other than B-Quik. That's right, folks. It's 2020. It's time to get racing. Can't stay still. No siree, bub. Okay, so straight off from the land of smiles, for those of you that haven't been keeping on tabs on what we're doing here, it's still fine because this is the second race, all right, folks? And you want to come check us out on GPE Racing Facebook page in order to check out what's going on over here. Basically, this is going to be a competition based on the world-recognized racing game. Can you guess what it is? That's right, folks. Gran Turismo. Gran Turismo Sport, actually. Or what they would like to call a GT Sport. So the folks over at Polyphony has been kind enough to support us all throughout, and of course we have the rights from Polyphony Digital, the maker of GT Sports, in order for us to hold this official race. And of course, we are also going to be certified by the RAAT, which is also a member of the FIA. For this series event. And of course, this is a digital motorsports to win the Thailand trophy for GT Pro Series. Of course, the coveted trophy, which will be up for grabs for those of you that garner all those points at the end of the series. Race 2, and that means 2 more races to go from here on out, not counting today. So, for Gran Turismo Pro Series 2020, we will divide it up into 2 seasons. That's right, folks. Each season will comprise of 4 tracks with an overall points accumulation to win out the title for Thailand Champion. And, of course, there will be the 2 classes are classes A and classes B. Duh. Pretty simple, huh? So, anyway, Class A, there will be 8 drivers altogether for that class of the GPE Grand Finals coming in from 2019. Last year. And for Class B, well, that's a little bit different because we're going to do some qualifications throughout the week between races. Okay, so there will be qualifications held before each of the races take place. So later on, we will get started and actually kickstart today with the Class B race. Okay, so the schedule for Season 1 already is underway, August to September. So we're in midway right now. Will be as follows. Last time we were at Scuba Circuit, virtually. Thank goodness. That was in August 8th. So you can check us out on the GPE Racing. Check out the footage and the highlights and the behind the scenes. Then today we're doing August 22nd, another Saturday, track 2. I'll tell you the track later on. And for those of you that want to mark down their calendars, September the 5th will be track 3. That's right. And on the 4th event will be on September the 13th, which will be a Sunday. And that's going to be held at the B-Quik main headquarters down by Rama 5 Road. So if you know Rama 5 Road area, if you know B-Quik, you might want to head on over there because I've heard there's going to be lots of activities to be had down there and also prizes and giveaways and wonderful activities for, folks and families to join in on the fun. All right. So awards. Let's talk about the awards. Why don't we? Class B. Since we're going to start off with Class B first. Class B cash prizes will be awarded as follows. First place receiving 2,500 baht. second place receiving 1,500 baht, and third place receiving 1,000 baht, all of which will be also receiving medals and awards from B-Quik as well. All right. However, the incentive for Class A is a little bit different. And I got to explain this right off the bat before we get on into the races. Class A is going to rely on each point received during the series to be awarded 250 baht. So if you do your math, for example, you tally up 40 points for the series, you end up with 10,000 baht. And the trophy for the respective positions gained, for example, if you get first position, you get the first prize, the payments, the awards, and also the first prize trophy. Oh, tongue-tied. Second prize and third position also will be awarded trophies as well, plus additional prizes from B-Quik, which of course is the main sponsor. As for viewers at home, no, we did not leave you guys out. Viewers at home, if you're watching this live, now's your chance. Now's your chance to do what? Well, to like and share. Head on over to eRacing. Like and share, and of course, put it on a public status so that, of course, your like and shares will be seen around the world and to make us known and, of course, gain more momentum for the platform of digital racing. So like and share on the social media platform during the event and broadcast, and there will be random prize giveaways. That's right. So you got to do it within that time period. So the window of opportunity is from, let's say, 7 p.m. on to something around 9:30-ish for today. So prizes from B-Quik, such as mugs, will be awarded to 5 winners. Okay, so those will be randomly selected. For those of you that select, pick us and like us and share us on the Facebook page. All right, so once again, you go over to eRacing. Okay, so a warm thanks once again to B-Quik Company Limited for sponsoring this event and series for the Gran Turismo Pro Series 2020 by B-Quik Season 1. All right. And, of course, I'd like to also mention, of course, thank you to RAAT, or I like to call them RAAT, and, of course, Polyphony for the wonderful support. And, of course, without them, we wouldn't have this sim racing as well. And, of course, let's check out some words from, our sponsors, shall we? Head on over to some highlights, why don't we, from Race 1. Because Race 1, we had a lot going on down by Scuba Track. And as I recall, it was like about 2 weeks ago. So 2 weeks ago, I want to check out the highlight reels. Let's see if the studio can bring us in the highlight reel from last week. Is that possible? Let me just wait and see. Okay. Alrighty. So give us a few more minutes. So once again, folks, don't forget, hang on in there. And, of course, the race will begin pretty shortly. We've got 8 races on the way. Here's the highlights, folks.
วันนี้จะเป็นการแข่งขันในรูปแบบ Gran Turismo Sport นะครับที่เป็นเกมการแข่งขันรถที่ถือว่าได้รับความนิยมที่สุดในโลกนะครับของการแข่งขันในรูปแบบ Digital Motorsport นี้นะครับวันนี้เราก็จะมีการนำเสนอในการแข่งขันของ Class B ก่อนแล้วก็ต่อด้วย Class A นะครับทั้งนี้และทั้งนั้นก็ต้องขอบคุณนะครับกับการที่บริษัท B-Quik เองได้สนับสนุนการแข่งขันในรายการ Gran Turismo Pro Series 2020 ตลอดฤดูกาลที่ทำการแข่งขันสนามที่วันนี้ให้ทำการแข่งขันก็คือสนามซูกูบ้าเราจะเข้าสู่การแข่งขันที่กำหนดเอาไว้27รอบ8คันด้วยกัน Standing Start ครับจอดนิ่งๆ2 1ไปครับจังหวะสตาร์ทออกมาถือว่าดีนะครับตีคู่กันมาระหว่าง King Bob กับ Taki SPRตัดเข้าในมาแต่เป็นโค้งนอกครับขึ้นไม่ได้ครับคิงบ๊อบยังอยู่นะครับซินนี่ขึ้นมาประกบครับในลายในมุดขึ้นมาดีทีเดียวครับสำหรับซินนี่วสินเกิดพิทักษ์โดนข้างกันไปหน่อยนึงคิงบ๊อบแปะเข้าไปนิดนึงครับทำให้เสียหลักไปทั้งคู่ผู้นำเปลี่ยนมาเป็นป76วัฒนาครับปาวริศปาโซอันดับ3พยายามหนีออกไปครับจารุตจรวิเศษคิงบ๊อบขึ้นมาได้อันดับ4ทักกี้ลงมาอันดับที่5พยายามมุดอยู่เบรกล็อกเข้ามาครับคิงบ๊อบจ จังหวะสะบัดโอ้โหแท็กก็แค่นี้ตกลงไปในหญ้านิดนึงครับทักกี้แล้วโดนมุดแล้วจารุตอาศัยจังหวะเสียหลักแซงขึ้นมาได้อันดับที่3ครับจารุตจรพิเศษขึ้นมาได้เต็มตัวในอันดับ3ตกไปอันดับ4เป็นทักษิณพยายามมุดซ้ายในลายซ้ายไม่รู้จบแล้วแซงกลับขึ้นมาโอ้โหสุดยอดโดน2คันเลยครับเดินเล่นขึ้นมาด้วยความที่เครื่องมันเท่ากันนะแต่เป็นโค้งในขึ้นได้ไหมแปะข้างเข้าไปแล้วโค้งขวาซ้ำอีกทีนึงขึ้นทางตรงโค้งสุดท้ายแล้วแซงขึ้นมาเต็มตัวครับในอันดับที่3จารุตจรพิเศษปวริศปาโสป76วัฒนานั้นยืนระยะแล้วครับดูลีลาการขับห่างออกไป 2.4 2.6 2.7 วินาทีพัสุยะเองคงไล่ลำบากแล้วจารุตต้องระวังด้วยคิงบ๊อบมาแล้วคิงบ๊อบสอดในครับแต่ยังขึ้นไม่ได้ครับเอาละขยับไปผู้นำครับเข้ามาแล้ววัฒนา76แต่ละคนต้องเข้าพิษแล้วดูเหมือนว่าเปลี่ยนยางเติมเชื้อเพลิงกันเหมือนกันหมดครับมุดในครับจารุตจาซ่า59มุดในโค้งขวาต่อเนื่องแซงขึ้นมาเป็นผู้นำทักษิณจำรัดไวหล่นไปอันดับ2ในขณะที่อันดับที่3เริ่มแตะเข้ามาแล้วครับปวริศปาโสอดีตผู้นำก่อนที่จะเข้าพิษแล้วออกลายนอกครับตรงนี้โอ้โหความเร็วตรงนี้แซงขาดได้เลยอ่ะขึ้นเป็นอันดับ2เลยครับปวริศปาโสปวัฒนากลับขึ้นมาเป็นผู้นำครับท่านผู้ชมจาซ่าหล่นเป็นอันดับ7มุดขวาครับท่านผู้ชมโอ้โหบังเข้ามาจิรพัฒน์จิรประณีตขึ้นทางตรงด้านหน้าเอาละ1รอบสุดท้าย2กิโลเมตรเศษจ่อมาเรื่อยๆครับมุดขวาเข้ามายังขึ้นไม่ได้มีโอกาสแล้วแต่เป็นลายในครับลายในของพัสุยะจิรพัฒน์จิรประณีตโค้งสุดท้ายแล้วครับเป็นชัยชนะของปวริศปาโสป76วัฒนานักแข่งทั้งหมด8คนที่ผมได้เกริ่นไปนั้นวันนี้มาได้7คนนะครับขาดไป1คนแล้วจะเป็นใครกันบ้างไปชมกันครับทำการแข่งขันกันที่สนามซูกูบ้าเซอร์กิตย้อนหลังไปเรื่องแทร็กที่เป็นแทร็กเก่าในคลาส B แต่เรามาดูคลาส A แถวหน้าครับวัฒนากับแทน TE 71ธนาทิพย์กับแทน TE ธนพัฒน์พวงพัฒน์สตาร์ทออกมานำไป1ช่วงคันรถเลยเดอะเมี่ยงอยู่ในอันดับ2อันดับ3แทน TE ครับอันดับ4อนันต์นาคากิยังเกาะติดอันดับ2ข้างหน้าเขาคือเดอะเมี่ยงณัฐยศสิริกายะเปลี่ยนลายมาครับท่านผู้ชมเดอะเมี่ยงมุดขวาแล้วจังหวะนี้เกาะขวาไว้ดีครับมีไหมขึ้นขวาเลยเดอะเมี่ยงมาครับ2โค้งตั้งหลักมาตั้งแต่ช่วงทางตรงบิดซ้ายแล้วขวากำลังจะได้เปรียบต่อครับณัฐยศสิริกายะแม่ยังไม่ได้ครับท่านผู้ชมครับโดนเอาคืนครับจังหวะบานเข้าแล้วมุดมาอีกทีนึงครับมุดขวามาในโค้งขวาแล้วขวาต่อเนื่องครับในขณะนี้ยังประกบคู่กันอยู่ครับท่านผู้ชมโค้งข้างหน้าขึ้นไม่ได้ครับลายดีเหลือเกินครับธนาทิพย์ผู้นำต้องยอมรับครับว่าในการเกาะลายเอาไว้ในลายต่อเนื่องอยู่ลายนอกก่อนแล้วระวังมาด้วยนะแทน TE มาด้วยกำลังหาช่องอยู่ประกบกันไป 3-4 โค้งแล้วหลุดขอบครับท่านผู้ชมธนาทิพย์หลุดขอบไปหน่อยนึงแล้วทำให้ขึ้นไปเต็มตัวเป็นณัฐยศสิริกายะครับอันดับเปลี่ยนแปลงแล้วเสีย2อันดับเลยครับท่านผู้ชมตอง8คาร์วอชเข้ามาแล้วครับธนพัฒน์พวงพัฒน์แล้วก็อีก1คันครับในฐานะผู้นำเข้าพิษเหมือนกันเดอะเมี่ยงอันเดอร์คัตกลับมานำครับวัฒนา BMW Banks หลังจากสตินแรกเสียจังหวะลงไปอันดับ3เข้าพิษก่อนทำให้ธนาทิพย์ขึ้นมานำแล้วดวลครับตอนนี้ดวลกับแทนโดนแซงครับโดนแซงเดอะเมี่ยงกลับมานำใหม่เข้าพิษไม่ได้ฮะพอดีภาพตัดเมื่อกี้เขายังอยู่ในจังหวะของการนำได้แต่เดอะเมี่ยงออกจากพิษมาชิงเอาจังหวะไปได้ตัดในก็ดูชมมาได้ไหมแทนขวาอีกทีหนึ่งมีโอกาสจะขึ้นครับธนพัฒน์พวงพัฒน์แต่ลายต่อมาเป็นลายซ้ายครับโอ้ตรงนี้โดนทอนกลับแน่นอนขวาอีกทีเต็มตัวหรือยังโอ้โหสุดยอด4โค้งมีแงะต่อครับท่านผู้ชมยังไม่ยอมครับธนาทิพย์ธนรพานันท์เขาเรียก keep the chain เก็บเงินทอนกลับมานำอีกครั้งนึงครับในอันดับ2แง่อีกทีครับแทน TE ธนพัฒน์พวงพัฒน์เรามุดขึ้นมาได้ที่โค้งสุดท้ายอันดับเปลี่ยนแปลงตรงสุดขึ้นทางตรงครับท่านผู้ชม ขึ้นมาอันดับ 2 แทนทีธนพัฒน์พวงพัฒน์เดอะเมี่ยงณัฐยศห่างออกไป 7.8 วินาทีจากอันดับ 2 รับธงหมากรุกไปครับณัฐยศสิริกายะเดอะเมี่ยงขอแสดงความยินดีกับผู้ชนะครับเดอะเมี่ยง GT1 ติดตามชม Gran Turismo Pro Series 2020 Presented by B-Quik ซีซั่นที่ 1 ติดตามกันให้ตลอดว่าใครจะเป็นแชมป์ทั้งคลาส B แล้วก็แชมป์ในคลาส A
And folks, we're back at the situation here where we're up on race number 2. That's right, folks. Once again, if you're just tuning in, welcome back to Gran Turismo Pro Series 2020, where we're going to kickstart the race 2 for Class B first off. All right, so you're still in time, folks. So grab some popcorn, or if you want to race along with us, try doing a virtual race on your own. Why not grab that cockpit of yours? Once again, I'd like to say a thank you to B-Quik, the main sponsor of this series, B-Quik Company Limited. And I also heard that later on they're going to hold some the crew race. And what's that going to entail? Well, the crew from B-Quik is going to have a race of their own as well using this platform. So how wonderful is that? All right, so let's check out some of the drivers, why don't we, for today's race, Class B for race 2 for Gran Turismo Pro Series 2020 by B-Quik. Let's check out the drivers. Who do we have up on the roster? Let's check them out. I heard that Pavarit Paso is going to be in town, and he will definitely be in town because Ball 76 from Vatana is leading the way. And of course, a little bit of a reminder, we also had Jarut, Jarvi said, UTBS Jarza, who is also in contention. He's got 3 points up his sleeve from last race. And Wasin, Garpitat, OVH Cine, Cine S, 6 points. That's not bad. Not bad whatsoever. So, I mean, we got all these racers in town. 8 drivers. Some old, some new, actually. And we got a new entry as well. Narudom, Vince Narudom, MN. He will be a new entry as well. So, for him, sadly, no accumulated points. But I think he's in it for the fun, not just for the points. So, that's a good show of sportsmanship. You know, you come into the race a little late, but what the heck. Second race, still a good time to go. 4 races overall, and we're going to check out the rundown. Here are some of the drivers. All right, folks, here they go. Pavarit, Paso, Sawadi Krab. There you go. OMP himself there. Ball 76 Vatana, 10 points up his sleeves, representing Vatana Motorsports. That's right. And, of course, he is going to be confident. Well, he's already confident and chilled and relaxed. Got all the sponsorship right behind him as well. I think these guys are really, really well supported. In Thai, they do the Sawadi Krap Y. Jarut John, we said, UTBS Jarza, 59. 3 points right here. Sawadi Krap, 2 thumbs up for you right there. Wow. What a lounge you got back there. Got all the drinks probably lined up in that fridge as well. 3 points ain't bad, folks. 3 points. Still got a way to go, but Jarza 59 is a killer driver on track, so he should be able to improve his times and point range. Next up, who do we got there? Do I hear in the house? That's right. What's in? Garpitat OVH Cine. 6 points for the man himself. Sawadi Krap, Cine. 6 points. That's right. Nothing to laugh at. Not that far off of top lead, but 6 points. That might mean that there's going to be a challenge up with Pavarit. Who knows? But Wasin, he's a great driver as well. OVH Cine, 6 points. Next up, who do we got? Not one. All right, Hajinda, 4 points right there for you. Peace out, bro. That's right. And he's, I think he's quite confident. Yeah, did I just see him have a glove on? Yes, he does. He's got racing gloves on. It shows you how confident and serious these guys are. 4 points? Okay. Next up, Metak. So, Tata MK13, Sawadi Krab. Yes, he's all in for the speed, bro. SPR, new entry. That's why I haven't seen him in a while. New entry, but that's okay. Let's see how he does. Who knows? He might be a wild card out there. So, Tartar, let's check you out later on the race. Next up, we've got Taksit Jamrat Y. So, Taki SPR got 1 point, but that's okay. He's smiling about it. It's all about the show, folks. It's all about the game. It's a thought that counts. And in 7th, who do we got here? Oh, Mongkon Pan. Next up, that's right, King Bob Gamey. Sawadee krap, there you go, Mr. King Bob Gamey. 5 points for you. Wow, he's got the eye of the tiger. Killer smile. Okay, so last but not least, do we have Narudom? Do we have Narudom in the house? Here he is, Narudom. New entry as well, so no accumulated points. Sawadee krap. His name on the board will be called Vince Narudom. So there you go. If you see him coming up along first or second position, you never know. He could also be a wild card for this game. So Class B drivers, all there for you to see in all its splendor in digital form. The great thing about this game is you can race from anywhere. And of course, you can race with a controller as well. But no, I don't think anybody wants to do that, right? What you want to do is have one of them cockpits. Have one of the cockpits to be used so that you can get the road feel. So I'm told that every little bump or force that is being negated during the corners, and including the G-forces, will be transferred over to the steering wheel and, of course, the way the car handles. Gotta hand it to Polyphony Digital. They have tweaked the game so much that it is recognized as one of the foremost games in the world, simulators in the world, that can simulate the physics, the real-life physics of these cars. And I think that is a wonderful, wonderful aspect of the game. All right, so let's take a look at the track. Today we'll be racing at Blue Moon Bay Speedway. Try saying that 10 times fast. I bet you'll get a tongue twister. Blue Moon Speedway. See, I'm already tongue-tied already. The car category will be SF19 Super Formula or Honda GRX series. And number of laps will be 46. All right, let's take a look at the game. So, tire selection will be racing, hard, medium, and soft. And we're also getting a tire wear rate of 29 times the rate as well. So, let's get into the game. Let's check out what's on track. So, continuing on to the commentary here, I also like to say that the fuel rate or the sippage rate will be 4 times. Oh, now that's not a usual thing you see there in real life. You can't just shadow everybody in there. Thank goodness this is a simulation, and this is going to be a high-speed race for sure, folks. These are open-wheel racing cars. Of course, they are Super Formula or SF. That's what the SF stands for. Super Formula 19. Of course, powered by Hondas. GRX. Some of these guys want to take the outside line, and I think aerodynamic has a lot to play for all these cars. Paul 76, Vatana, and Taki already up front, but don't forget this is just for the pole position to find out who will get the pole position. So qualifying rounds now underway. All right. And of course, for the race will be a rolling start due to the high speed from the get-go. I noticed that even the livery has been taken into account. Look at the B-Quik on the side of the cars and also on the front as well. All cars will have the B-Quik livery or the decals. And drivers in Class B that have the overall points combined to equal first and second position of the season will be bumped up from Class B to Class A for Season 2. So, that's going to be a big ups for those of the drivers out in Class B to improve their times. We want to move up to the Class A and, of course, get bigger, better prizes and, of course, more recognition. Who knows? There might be scouts out there looking at us right now, checking out who the best digital Formula driver is for the race. Currently time now. Let's check out the fastest lap right now on the Blue Moon Bay Speedway. Speedway happens to be 38 seconds. Holy Toledo. Ball 76 Vatana, none other than him. Who is going to beat him down the line? Well, obviously, you're looking at the triangle-shaped track here. At first glance, you might think that Blue Moon Bay Speedway was just an oval. No, it is not. It is a triangular-shaped speed track, and obviously they are not using any slow cars here. I mean, if you're looking at the warning signs on the side where you should brake or reduce your speeds, I don't think these guys are even putting on the brakes or, you know, stepping on the brakes. They're just stepping on the gas pedal. See some sparks flying out from underneath the car. That usually happens when they come into an inclination or an elevation change with these low slung cars down to the floor, using all their downforce plus the undercarriage of the cars, of course, sucking these cars to the ground. You can forget about power to weight ratio, because these cars, they're just all power, no weight. Without those wings, they would be flying bang zoom to the moon and over the guardrail. Okay, so the thing about this race is that the cars are so darn fast that everybody does not want to blink when they're driving this. 1, 2, 3. OVH City, King Bob, and who we have over there? Oh yeah, Narudon. That's right. Now you know that Narudon right there was pretty much a new entry, so I'm pretty much keen to see what he's going to do, as well as Meta. So Tata MK13 SPR, all eyes on you as well as Vin's Narudom MN. Both of these drivers are new to the series, and they're going to show us what they've got. Kickstarting it off, not with any EcoBox cars, no siree. We're going straight open wheels to the Super Formula SF19 Hondas. Oh, into the wall! Somebody took the wrong line right there. OVH City and Vince both went bam into the wall, side impact. But thank goodness this is a sim, so no injuries whatsoever. I did wonder if the steering wheel did transfer that concussion over to the drivers. You can see the safety bar in front of the drivers. That is, of course, a new addition to the open wheel cars through the years. If you have been following open wheel racing in the past, they don't have those specialty bars, of course, but due to new safety rules and regulation, that has now been enforced. And look at OVH City doing a shadow move right behind, oh my goodness, Kingbot Gamey. That is using a high slipstream effect, and he is literally being dragged by King Bob. Now try to slingshot right over OVH City. Let's see what he does. Uh-oh, drop down to third, and that was the end of qualification round. Looks like King Bob Gamey got first position. All right, now you see the qualifying round is now over. Category for GRX underway. We're going to be going into the mode here for full racing now. 8 on the track. Who will be number 1? Let's wait and find out. A total of laps will be 46 laps. I think there was a little bit of an error right there when I did do an earlier announcement. Oh no, there it is. I did say that it was going to be a rolling start, so this is what it is all about here, rolling starts. Everybody rolls into position, and of course the game and the simulation controls this start so that everybody does it fair and square. Nobody jumps the line, and everybody should be where they are right now. King Bob gave me out in front. Notre Dame in second. Wow, he is the new guy, and already, whoa, he's got Notre Dame MN already tailgating him from King Bob, just like during the qualifying round. OVH City takes a seat back in third position. Not playing around with these two guys, because as they are seen right now, it looks like they might get into a tussle. Oh my goodness, Narodom is aggressively driving right behind King Bob Gamey. Oh, look at this. If there was a bumper back there, it would be gone by now. It would be more than a bumper to bumper. We're talking about he's taking a lot of slipstream action right there. And I wonder if he's going to slingshot his way past on one of the straightaways. Meanwhile, back out front, Boss 76 Watana down to 4th position. UTVS Jarza 59 down by 5th. Oh, Natawam in 6th. Tata, the new kid in town, also down by 7th. And Taki SPR way back there in 8th position. King Bob Gamey still holding it up in the front, also with the fastest time around the town. Uh-oh. Got beaten out by Natawam, who has now gotten a faster lap time of 38. Wow, earlier on, King Bob, it was just a few seconds ago, he had like around a 44-second time there, and it looks like he's up for a challenge up against Naruto. The stats don't lie, folks. Natawam right here has the fastest time on track now for 38.563 on this triangular, sort of a high-speed track. All the stakes here, and look at this tail shot. You can see OVH City trying to creep up to the race here and try to get into the position of Naruto, who is holding down on 2nd position, only 0.074 seconds right behind King Bob. Earlier on, King Bob Gamey was the fastest one around the block, but now that has dropped. Now, Naruto dropping down to 3rd position. OVH City overtook him. Must have been an error we did not see during that tail shot earlier on. But King Bob Gamey still numero one honcho up against City. City trying to beat him out right now as we're now in the 5th lap already. Slipstream action. Look at them go. Oh, even touching around the corners on the outside of the track. This is very interesting. Blue Moon Bay for you right here. I wonder why they call it Blue Moon Bay. Huh. Anyway, so back to the track here. GoPro as well. Ooh, got all the signatures and sponsorships right there. Can't forget, if you look closely, even though these cars are zipping by really fast, folks, you can see that B-Quik is slapped on to these open-wheeler Hondas to represent the main sponsorship of the series. And look at this, number 4, Jarza on the outside. Well, actually on the inside, but he's outside of the slipstream. What was he doing? That is not a usual technique that somebody would want to use, but looks like it's working in his advantage. UTV Jarza, whoa, was able to utilize a slingshot maneuver, and while taking it on the inside lane of the track for Blue Moon, took up a new position. Now in what? 3rd position. That's right, Boss 76 Vatana in 4th, but Jarza climbs the hatch up to 3rd. Uh-oh, now taken off by OVH City. It's a tussle between City and Boss 76, but it looks like he was closing the door right there into the corner. Boss 76 takes 3rd position. King Bob drops it down to 3rd now. Boss 76 up in 2nd, and who's number 1? Jarza. 59. Wow. Wow. There is so much grip. I mean, the way that these cars handle, I can imagine that if you're holding onto the steering wheel, you might as well be holding onto your dear life, because these cars, if you just sneeze or just, you know, to blow your nose or anything, there goes the car off the track. They're so quick and agile. One of the main points of this is, of course, lightweight. You don't want to have a heavy car going into a corner like this, especially at these speeds. The momentum itself will rip your head right off if it was in a real-life situation, obviously. But because you got corner banking, which means that the whole road sort of tilts in onto the inside lane, that also helps out all these cars to perform as the way they are, or the way they should be performing. Sort of like cars on rails. That's interesting. They even put a plane up in the sky just to showcase that these cars are faster. Okay, let's get back into the race. Who we got here? Naruto trying to be coming up in the third position. Oh, he hits the wall. Naruto, because he hits the wall, he drops back down to fifth position. That was an error on his part. Fourth position up right now. Natawam, a newbie, but he's not doing bad. Fourth position. Looks like he's trying to beat up on the third position, OBS City. But City running cool as can be. We saw the tail of Ball 76. Here we are, Ball 76 up front in front of City. And that means City is creeping up slowly. Not the one getting the fastest time right now. Holy moly. 38.5? I wonder, can it get any faster?
Man, George, I wonder how fast they're going.
Well, I don't know, George. I think that these cars obviously will be hitting around the 200 plus kph, obviously. We're talking about 300s here. Or at least in the 270s. But all I know is that it takes them 38 seconds to go around Blue Moon right here. It's not bang zoom to the moon. They are on the moon right here. Literally. Once again, gotta say thanks to B-Quik, helping sponsor and presenting the race right here. Gran Turismo Pro Series 2020. Wow. Oh, almost hitting the wall right there. UTBS Jarza, gotta be careful. You don't want to go out too wide. Once you smack that rim up against the wall, obviously your wheels are not going to fall off because this is a virtual race. But what will happen is that you will slow down, giving Ball 76 the momentum to move straight on up. He's right on your tail, so Jarza cannot mess up at all. Let's take on down the line. Who do we have? Natawam in fourth. He dropped down with Tata. Both of these drivers new to the game, and they are in fourth and fifth position, respectively. King Bob KB, he was out of the gate first position, and then now dropping down to sixth. What had happened there? I think a lot of pressure from the back end of the field. And check it out. Natawam trying to climb up on the inside lane. He's in the red and white livery. They're now into the corner. Has to drop behind the cars. So that takes the optimal driving line around the corner. And this is an exciting race. I can't believe it. Usually, you know, you have an oval track or you have a round track and you would think that, oh, it's not that exciting, but the tension is there. The exciting part is the tension that is evident in the drivers trying to increase their lap, their position, decrease their lap times, obviously. Hey, look at his eyes right there. That guy's, he's almost into a trance state. Ball 76, Vatana, look at his eyes. It's like trance movements. You know, when you go into a trance, you're sort of like in the zone. And that's been said quite often when you're racing at these speeds. They're like ridiculous speeds. You've got to be in that state where, I mean, the only thing that ever matters is the driving line. And that's it. You're not even looking at the side of the track. So it's the driving line. Anyway, lap 14 for Gran Turismo Pro Series 2020 presented by B-Quik, folks. And Natawam in third. Only half a second behind Ball 76 Vatana. He's still got a chance because, like I said, Natawam got the fastest lap around town, 38, and it seems like nobody's able to beat that time. But oh, OVH City overtakes him. From where did OVH City come from? How did he overtake him on that straightaway? It had to be because Natawam was slowing down. Uh-oh. OVH City now moving on up. Tata MK13 SPR takes another shot up against Natawam. It looks like Natawam is now slowing down, dropping like a rock. I mean, he's now 1.4 seconds away from top of the pack and is losing his position quite drastically. Oh, looks like he's going to do something to his tires, maybe drop it into pit row. Let's check it out. Natawam in pit row. The lollipop comes down, says stick it into gear one, boom, 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 out goes the wheels, and there they go. You know, by the way, they're doing refuel still here. It just reminds me that pit stops like this do remind me of a B-Quik situation. Every time I ever had a problem with my car out in the streets, anywhere in Thailand, they've got these wonderful service stations all around Thailand. And B-Quik had just recently launched 2 new locations, brand new. So go on over and check it out. That way you know that when you're on your journey, you can be assured that you have a place to pit in. Just like these guys. Talk about a segue, huh? Lap 17, 46 total. So 17 laps looks like to be the part where everybody wants to pit in. And here's the reason why they want to pit in, folks. Check it out, check it out. Like I said earlier on, the tire selection happens to be racing hard, medium, and soft. It's up to these guys to figure out what they want to wear for their shoes. We call them shoes because, you know, it's the only contact patch they have on a track. But the tire wear rate happens to be 29 times, and that is actually the most multiplication of a tire wear rate I've ever seen since we have been doing this series. The fuel consumption rate is 4 times the sip rate, and these babies actually sip quite a bunch because, you know, open-wheel racing cars, they are all gung-ho and all out for power. Even though Honda has been synonymous with economical and very efficient engines, but when it comes time to racing, it's all out. Oh! UTBS Jarza hits it with a little bit of a spark flying up into the eyes of Natawam, who is now out of the pits row. Hopefully he will be able to climb on up out of the rut from 5th position up. He's got OVH City up in front just to contend with, but Jarza in 3rd. Ball 76, Vatana up in front, and now a view from where? None other than OVH City. Now that thing is actually in my view. I wonder how these guys actually cope with this. Well, it's actually interesting. Now that I'm looking at it, it's like the whole racing there is blocking whatever they're seeing up front. And as you can see, wow, look at those speeds. 280. We're almost going to crack 300 there. Do we crack 300? Let's see. At the end of the tail here, almost 299, 300. He hit 300 on the Hondas right here. Oh, open wheels. Not bad, huh? Hey, I bet they can go 310. I just saw 3.5, so that's pretty good. And here's the name of the game. Carbon fiber all over. You want to be right behind the car in front just for the slipstream itself. That is going to be working for your advantage. What happens is, if you don't know by this time, is if you slip behind the driver of the car in front, the wind, turbulence that you have to deal with usually when there's no other cars in front of you will be going up against your car. So if there's a car in front of you, the wind, you don't have to worry about wind turbulence. You're sort of like sucked into a vacuum. Sort of like what just happened right there with UTBS Jarza 659 right there. Up against Natawam, there was a moment there where he was just sucked into this back. Now, it's interesting that Natawam right here chose to be on the outside line, giving way to OVH City. What was that all about? Wow, it's so fast, images are starting to blur here. OVH City in 4th. Natawam drops back down to 5th. That livery actually reminds me of one of those retro liveries back in the days, you know, the red and the white. I bet if you're true fans of automobile racing, you would know what I'm talking about. I can't really mention that on the air here because they're not sponsors. But anyway, King Bob came in down by 6. What had happened to him? Hopefully he'll be able to climb back on up 4.5 seconds behind the leader, Ball 76, Vatana. Natawam still at a 38.563 fastest lap time that I've seen. Is it going to be a 3 abreast into a corner? It's a wide corner coming up, so there is a chance that it could be 3 abreast right there. Nope, they taking it 2 across. The formation is a little wild there. Ball 76 up in front. Nowhere to be seen here. The pack is bunched up between OVH City, Natawam, and King Bob. Now, Taki SPR also in the mix. Batata, which is the new guy in town, This guy is making strides. The new entry, Mehta, right? He's all over the back of Boss 76 Vatana, and he's not that far behind. Look at him go! I'm betting you that Boss 76 Vatana is saying to himself, what the heck is this guy on? I'm sure there's no nitrous involved here. And the name of the game happens to be consistency. You don't want to mess up or spin out at all. Obviously, blow your chances at getting the position you need. This is actually quite interesting. We're down now to lap 24 out of 46. And no spin outs, no incidents, no yellows, no reds whatsoever. Everybody's running cool and dandy here. Wow. You know, if you were to stand right next to the guardrails, you could feel the turbulence ripple right through your body. I'm told that if you're holding a cup of water, the water could just sloosh right out. King Bob Gamey takes on the inside lane, dropping another position. Oh. Sometimes these drivers will just zigzag in and out. That is not good, because every time you zigzag in and out like that, you're losing valuable time. You want to be smooth as possible. I mean, for example, Boss 76 out of Vatana, he is a smooth driver. You don't see him zigzagging across, wasting valuable time, and most often, if you do that, you also wear your tires out faster. You don't want to do that unless it comes to a point, a crucial point, where you know, you have to avoid the other driver, such as in an incident where there's a crash up ahead or there's obstacle or debris in front. But man, oh man. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Do we have a tire rubbing right here? Jarza, Natawam, trying to go for fourth position up against Jarza, was touching tires there. And if this had been a real race, it would have been right over the wall into that corner. That is a dangerous thing to do for open wheelers. Pitting in, Jarza, 59 possibly. No, he's taking on the inside line, way inside. I thought he was going to go pits because he was all the way on the infield. Now up against, almost up the wall there. Natawam trying to be in the shot. UTBS, Jarza 59 in third position. OVH City had the inside line but loses it. Jarza closes the door. OVH City tried to go for it again on the inside. Will he close it in time? No way. OVH City takes the inside line all the way through the corner and takes it over Jarza. Meanwhile, leaving Natawam still in fifth position, looking in front to seeing that wonderful maneuver by City. Wow, what a rush. Oh, I see that a lot of these drivers way back there like to hit the wall. Obviously, they don't like to hit the wall, but I mean, it looks like that's they're going into the corner at a wrong angle with the wrong speed. And that is causing them to hang out way past fifth position. Natawam closing the gate for fifth position, leaving King Bob, KV, Taki, and Narudom way back there. All due to those errors, these little minute errors. Let's check out the camera view of OVH City. You can see, due to the error of Jarza hitting on the side of the track, slowing him down, City now takes third position, pulling Natawam with him along the way. So Natawam now back in fourth, probably worried about Jarza on the inside lane. Jarza takes the inside. Will he close out Natawam? Yes, he does. Man, that Jarza really quick. I mean, he loses his momentum, but he gets really quick back into the game. And it looks like he's going to do one of them quick maneuvers from the outside back into the end. As long as he doesn't hit the sidewall again, he has a high chance of surpassing City right there. Oh my goodness. Remember, folks, if you want to catch the game, with the commentary, and check out the highlights of the racing here for Gran Turismo Pro Series 2020, brought to you in part by B-Quik. Check us out down by the Facebook page of GP eRacing. That's, once again, GP eRacing. On that page, you will see a whole slew of videos, including this one that we are now live from the house of GP eRacing Grand Prix International. And of course, the virtual track we are running on, courtesy of Gran Turismo Polyphony, is the Blue Moon Racetrack, Blue Moon Bay Speedway. Pitting now in for Natawam, going straight in nosedive. He now changes his tires, refuels up. Once again, the sit rate is 4% on the fuel consumption and 29 times. Why am I saying 4%? It was 4 times. I'm sorry. 4 times the rate of wear for the tires. No, sorry, fuel consumption. Oh, I'm getting all tangled up here. Tire wear rate is 29 times the wear rate. So these tires are more fast. Obviously, from all the wear and tear from going into the corners at such a speed. I was looking at the clock earlier on. We saw from the steering wheel, the feedback was showing us around 279, 280, even 310. So these cars are no joke. Honda does make a wonderful machine. I mean, it's pretty evident in the world of motorsports that Honda has been a wonderful supplier of engines. And, all the other manufacturers out there also do a great job, but Honda has been paired up with lots of motorsports throughout the years. And to think that Honda started out with motorcycles, they've come a long way indeed. Now we're open wheel and now into the digital age. Even Honda is now represented by this, because the pick of car being used here by Polyphony is the Super Formula 19, which is using the Honda sponsored engine setup and telemetry. 46 laps around Blue Moon Bay Speedway. And of course, first up now we've got Tartar. Oh, sorry, back up. It was between Tartar and King Bob KB. There you go. All cars out of pit row right now, pit lane. Now back to the race. Tata now in first position right here. He's getting some really aggressive driving vibes out of Boss 76 Vatana, who now closes the gate and lets Tata MK know who's the boss up there. But look at Tata. He's not backing down. No siree. You might be eating sparks out of the back end of Boss 76 Vatana, but that ain't gonna stop Tata. Look how he's edging up against the back rear end of that car, prominently featuring the Vatana signage there. And if you look really closely, you'll see B-Quik as well, because the signage is really clear and evident, as this is the main sponsor of the show. Oh, on the inside, on the exit, passing the grandstand, or the crowd getting a whole view here, who's going to be surpassing who, but it looks like Boss 76 has the better advantage. Without the slipstream, Tata could not pass. So he's got to hang in there and wait until Boss 76 hits a little oopsie daisy. 46 laps is a long race, considering that the pace that we're going here is pretty fast, 300 kilometers per hour, open wheel racing, and sometimes the game is to pressure the driver up front as much as possible. Sometimes even psyching him out to create confusion as to which way he's going to pass. The suspense builds up. Tata now trying to shadow Boss 76 as much as possible and conserve his fuel. That also plays a part. If you're using too much engine power just to get through the air turbulence, you're going to be wasting fuel. So you might as well tag along leader of the pack, Boss 76 out of Watana, to reduce the fuel consumption as much as possible. And then slingshot whenever he does make a mistake. Boss 76 feels the heat from back, says, no, I'm not going to let you slingshot around me, so I'm going to lose you by not letting Tata follow him. Look at him go. He's weaving left and right. I think he knows that Tata is trying to use that game plan, so Paul is not letting him slipstream. However, maybe that is part of the plan, because once he starts swerving left and right all over the track, that gives more possibility of making a mistake, especially going at 300 kph. King Bob Gamey now in third position. Started the game off in first. Whoa, oh, even bumps and grinds up against Natawam. What the heck was that? Natawam had nowhere to go, had to go on the inside line and move away from Gamey. King Bob playing the aggressive defense game right here. He's got Tacky SPR up all over the rear view mirror as well. UTBS, Jars, and OVHCD are now paired off for the 6th and 7th position, and hanging out way back there in 8th position, we got Narudome, who is, there you go, all the way in the back. Sort of like a little blur there. He's trying to catch up with the rest of the crew. Wow. Blink and you'll miss, folks. It's already 40 laps in. I can't believe it. Out of 46, it's going to be a few more minutes before they close out the game, and it looks like Boss 76 is really getting close to closing in with a checkered flag, unless Tata pulls a quick one and slingshots right through Boss 76. Or right past, I should say. You don't want to go right through him. It's not that virtual. Once again, folks, this is Learn Siri Boon Me, commentating for you in English right here on the GPE Racing page for Facebook page of GPE Racing. You can head on over to GPE Racing and check out the live racing, and also like, share, and subscribe for your chance to get free prizes from our sponsor, Out by B-Quik. Tacky SPR getting very desperate right now. And it looks like Natawam and Tacky is trying to gang up on King Bob. What are they doing? This is not a wrestling match where they can play tag team here, but it looks like it worked out. Natawam now moves up into third position, wheels side by side, but he's got the inside lane, so King Bob takes it into the wall. Ooh. That would have been really serious, obviously, but the virtual world, thank goodness, nobody's hurt. Natawam takes that no problem because, well, you know, King Bob drops it down due to that error, hits the wall, slowed him down drastically. See, that's the good thing about this game. We know that the collision into the walls don't do that much visual damage. But take into account into the fairness and the sportsmanship of the game, if you do any of that hanky-panky stuff on the track and you make an error like hit the wall or collide into something, I mean, you're going to be slowed down drastically. So it's an automatic penalty from the game standpoint. And I think that was a smart move by the programmers out at Polyphony, giving us something, a platform like this to work on and creating a sportsmanship arena for everybody to compete on. So anyway, all eyes out front. 2 more laps to go. Ball 76 trying to shake away Tata. And I'm just waiting to see what's he gonna do. I mean, Tata is like all over his rear end right there. See, as you can see from Tata's point of view, right above the safety bar there. Now on the inside lane, Ball 76, he's gonna whomp right in and close him out. There you see it on the inside line. Not letting pass. When Tata goes up on the outside, Ball goes out as well. Maybe it's a trick. But Remember, the driving line, the optimal driving line is going outside to the apex and back out again. So if Ball 76 plays the game of trying to close the gate and not let Tata pass, he's going to basically lose his driving line and ultimately lose out to Tata. Who will it be? 45 laps out of 46? Get ready, folks. We're about to find out. Woo! Gran Turismo Pro Series presented by B-Quik for 2020. The season now is underway. Don't forget, folks, we got 2 more races left to go with the Ultimate Showdown by B-Quik headquarters out on Rama 5 in Thailand. Oh, no! Did I just see Tata hit the side? Yes, he did, and that slowed him down drastically. Look, there's now 2 cars difference in between, and for these cars, open wheelers, that's approximately 0.2 seconds right behind him. Ball 76 takes a breather. He notices that on the last lap, Tata did make that mistake, but he's back at it again. Look at this. Tata tried to go on the outside. Now swerving in. Oh, it was a close finish. It is a 1-2 finish. Ball 76. They were almost side by side. Tata takes second, and Natawam coming in third. Congratulations on him because, well, you know, Natawam is a new guy on the track and into the series, so not bad. Not bad. OVH City in fourth. King Bob Gamey drops down to fifth. Was able to maintain that. Sadly dropped down from first, obviously, but that's not bad. So now we're paying attention to, here's the checkered flag victory moment. Ball 76, Vatana takes the win. And obviously with that win, he garners more points. So 10 points for the track, and he already had 10 points earlier on. Pavarid Patso earlier on had 10 points. Now, with another win like this, he's definitely going to be a major contender for race 3 for Class B. All right? So, Gran Turismo Pro Series 2020 brought to you in part, presented by B-Quik. And of course, we're going to check out the standing, and according to my feed here, we're not actually waiting for the officials because it looks like the standing results were pretty evident there. So as mentioned earlier, the status of the win is as follows. There you go. Ball 76 Vatana first, Tata taking second, and Natawam goes for third. OVH Sydney goes for fourth. King Bob drops down to fifth. UTPS Jarza 59 by sixth. And Vince Narudome in 7th. Taki takes 8th. I mean, but look at the total time. They all were in the 31 bracket range. And not that much of a time bracket gap, except for Taki SPR, who dropped down by 24 seconds behind the lead. Which is not that, promising. But at least he didn't spin out or anything, right? Okay. So, like I said earlier on, for Class B, the cash prizes will be awarded was as follows: 2,500, and second place would be 1,500, and third place would be 1,000 baht. Okay, folks. So that was a high adrenaline race. So we're checking out words from our sponsors. We'll be right back. This is Lord Siri Boon Me for Gran Turismo Pro Series 2020, brought to you in part by B-Quik. We'll be right back, folks. We'll be right back.
บุคลากรฮะภายใต้เครือของ B-Quik นะฮะเราจะคัดมาท่านผู้ชมฮะเพื่อเป็นนักแข่งดิจิตอลมอเตอร์สปอร์ตฮะกติกาง่ายๆท่านผู้ชมฮะก็คือ3สัปดาห์เราแข่งกัน3สัปดาห์ท่านผู้ชมฮะ12นักแข่งในแต่ละสัปดาห์ฮะคัดเพียงเหลือ4ท่านไปสู้ศึกในรอบไฟนอลฮะและที่สำคัญนะใครที่เป็นแชมป์ผมใช้ว่าเป็นแชมป์แล้วกันได้อันดับ1เป็นแชมป์นี่ได้เลยฮะได้ไปอยู่ทีม B-Quik Racing ฮะโฉมหน้านักแข่งฮะท่านผู้ชมต้องบอกอย่างนี้ใครที่เขาเรียกว่าเป็นแฟนคลับหรือเป็นเพื่อนพี่น้องนะฮะจากนักแข่งทั้งหมด12ท่านนี้นะฮะเตรียมเป็น FC ได้เลยฮะแล้วเตรียมแฮชแท็กแต่ละสาขากันเลยนะคะสนามที่ใช้ครั้งนี้นะฮะเขาเรียกว่าเป็นเส้นทางมังกรฮะ Dragon Tail Garden นะฮะรถยนต์ที่ใช้เป็น Audi R8 LMS นะฮะ Audi Sport Team WRT ฮะแน่นอนท่านผู้ชมต้องบอกงี้ทีม B-Quik Racing เนี่ยรถที่ทำการแข่งขันอยู่นะในการแข่งขัน Thailand Super Series นี่เขาเรียกว่าเป็นรถ GT3 ในรุ่นของ Audi R8 นั่นเองครับออกตัวแล้วท่านผู้ชมค่ะ ยังคงเลี้ยงแถวได้ดีครับนำหัวขบวนมาโดยต้อมจูเนอร์ครับแล้วก็ตามมาด้วยบอยแม็กนัมครับท่านผู้ชมครับเอาไขหมุนไปแล้วโอ้เอาต้อมจูเนอร์ฮะเธอตรงนี้มาชิดขอบมาเลยฮะโอ้สวยงามนะB-Quikฮะเขาซื้อเครื่องเล่นมาให้พนักงานเลยฮะนี่ฮะ12เครื่องฮะตรงนี้เอาขึ้นได้หรือเปล่าฮะจังหวะนี้สวยหรือเปล่าไอเบรกลึกกว่าสวยเลยฮะจังหวะนี้ไม่ธรรมดาท่านผู้ชม08นี่คืออีโวฮะช่างป๊อปอีโวใครเข้าพิษครับเบอร์10ครับปอนิวเข้าพิษครับออกมาที่ยางสดๆหอมๆฮะเพื่อไปไล่เลยดีกว่าท่านผู้ชมเข้ามาสู่เกมอาหารกันหน่อยปอนิวเนี่ยตามช็อตอยู่ครับปอนิวคือใครฮะเครื่องหมายเลข10ครับเพื่อเขาจะไล่อันดับ4ฮะเพื่อไล่กรเมืองม้าฮะกรเมืองม้านี่เสียสลังแน่นอนนะฮะนี่ฮะต้อมจูเนอร์ฮะตามงงฮะต้มเข้าตามงงต้มเข้าตามงงครับเฮ้ยน้ำมันเขาหมดดีกว่าออกไปแล้วฮะจังหวะนี้ต้อมจูเนอร์จากB-Quikสาขาบิ๊กซีไฮเวย์สาขา2ครับคุณอมรินทร์มาอีกแล้วท่านผู้ชมเอ้าพี่บอลเกิดอะไรขึ้นอันดับ4เลยนี่เข้ารอบแน่นอนปอนิวถ้าขับแบบนี้นะเหลืออีกรอบการแข่งขันเพียงแค่4รอบเท่านั้นถ้ายังคงตำแหน่งที่ได้อยู่ปอนิวจะเข้ารอบเป็นคนสุดท้ายในการแข่งขันของB-Quikทีม eRacing Challenge สนามที่1นะครับโอ้ต้อมจูเนอร์ตอนนี้น็อกรอบมาถึงอันดับที่7แล้วท่านผู้ชมครับฝากผู้จัดการเด่นดวงไปโพไซดอนหรือจะสู้ซายูริเชียงใหม่ครับอัดฉีดนั่นแน่นี่ฮะ09นี่ใครอ่ะ09นี่คืออาแปะอาแปะบอกว่าเดี๋ยวเหลือเกินโดนต้อมจูเนอร์แซงไปแล้วเนี่ยมาดูอันดับ1ครับต้อมจูเนอร์จากมาดูการจังหวะการเข้ารับคงหมากครับอันดับ1เข้าจะกินยาไปนิดนึงเข้าแล้วคงหมากไปแล้วครับอันดับ1ครับต้อมจูเนอร์ครับเดี๋ยวเขาได้โพซิชันแล้วก็เป็นฟาสเทอร์แลบด้วยนะครับกับต้อมจูเนอร์ครับอันดับ2ได้แก่คุณเอกชัยอินทร์จินดาหรืออีโวหรือคุณคิมนะฮะถ้าจำไม่ผิดนะฮะจากB-Quikโลตัสจอหอครับอันดับ3ครับจากสาขาB-Quikติวานนท์ครับหรือคุณบอยแบ็กดัมครับและคนสุดท้ายธนกรสุขลื่นครับจากB-Quikสาขาสันป่าก่อนนะฮะหรือกรเมืองม้าฮะขอแสดงความยินดีทั้ง4ท่านด้วยครับในส่วนของB-Quikทีม eRacing นี่เราจะแข่งขันอีกทีในวันเสาร์ที่29สิงหาคมฮะสิ้นเดือนเสาร์สิ้นเดือนท่านผู้ชมฮะต้องขอบคุณบริษัทB-Quikจำกัดด้วยฮะที่จัดการแข่งขันสนุกแบบนี้มาฮะแต่สัปดาห์หน้าท่านผู้ชมฮะในเกมการแข่งขันของแกน Turismo Pro Series 2020 by B-Quik ครับคลาส B คลาส A จะเป็นใครแล้วจะเก็บคะแนนได้สูงขนาดไหนติดตามได้ในเสาร์หน้าท่านผู้ชมฮะวันนี้ผมไปแล้วครับสวัสดีครับ
เปลี่ยนน้ำมันเครื่องต้องที่B-Quikที่ไหนB-Quikทำไมแชร์โมบิลเกนเป็นกิโลเท่าไหร่เริ่มต้น690 บาทดัง690 บาทแถมฟรีใส่กล่องฟรีค่าแรงคุ้มไหมคุ้มมากครบทุกบริการเรื่องรถที่B-Quikทั่วประเทศถึง31ธันวาคมนี้เรียกแบทแมนเรียกแบทแมนโทร1153ส่งฟรีเปลี่ยนถึงที่ทั่วกรุงเทพครบทุกบริการเรื่องรถที่B-Quik
One shot, now the future is yours. Yeah, I was building on a lecture. Verses coming daily under pressure. The true style trademark is at the edge of your dreams and talking about There's one shot, now the future is yours. Yeah, it's one shot, now the future is yours. Go!
ประทับใจตั้งแต่เข้ามาในวงการเกมนะครับรู้สึกว่าทุกคนสามัคคีกันดีครับช่วยเหลือกันอะไรเงี้ยครับก็เป็นมิตรภาพดีๆจากคนที่ไม่เคยเจอกันเลยครับผมก็มาเจอกันได้เพราะว่าเกมนี้ครับแน่นอนครับ
อุปสรรคเนี่ยมันต้องมีจากเริ่มแรกเนี่ยที่ประสบความสำเร็จเนี่ยพอแข่งไปสักพักเนี่ยเราก็จะพบกับผู้เล่นใหม่ๆตัวละครใหม่ๆเนี่ยซึ่งบางทีเนี่ยฝีมือเนี่ยก็เหนือกว่าเราก็ต้องหาทางแก้เกมหรือว่าศึกษาคู่แข่งนะฮะเพื่อที่จะก้าวผ่านไปให้ได้นะครับ
จุดเด่นของผมไม่มีอะไรมากครับผมก็เป็นนักแข่งเกมทั่วๆไปแต่ความฝันของผมคืออยากได้เป็นนักแข่งจริงกับเขาบ้างเหตุผลที่ผมหลงรักในเกม Gran Turismo Sport นะครับคือผมสามารถสนุกไปกับมันได้แล้วก็เป็นเกมที่สามารถเล่นทั้งไม่เคร่งเครียดกับมันหรือสามารถจะจริงจังเพื่อจะไปถึงระดับโลกได้นะครับ
จุดเด่นของผมก็คือการไม่ยอมแพ้ครับผมจะสู้ให้ถึงที่สุดครับจนกว่าเกมจะจบเรื่องราวที่น่าจดจำที่สุดก็น่าจะเป็นเมื่อปีที่แล้วครับที่ได้ที่ 3ของประเทศไปครับถึงผมจะอายุน้อยที่สุดแต่ผมก็จะไม่หยุดเหยียบคันเร่งนะครับ
เรามีความฝันที่ว่าเราอยากแข่งรถจริงอย่างเงี้ยเราไปคัดอะแล้วมันไม่ได้ทีนี้มันก็ท้อมากเหมือนความฝันมันดับวูบไปเลยพอมาเจอกับแข่งเกมอะไรอย่างเงี้ยมันก็เหมือนกับมีลู่ทางเหมือนความฝันมันก็กลับมาหาตัวเราเองอีกครั้งอะผมอยากให้มองว่าดิจิตอลมอเตอร์สปอร์ตมันไม่ใช่เกมแข่งรถอีกต่อไปมันคือกีฬาอาชีพและมันเป็นกีฬาที่ทำความฝันของผมให้เป็นจริงได้ครับ
ก็ที่ประทับใจนะครับก็ได้แข่งกับคนเก่งๆเยอะแยะเลยครับประสบการณ์ที่เอามาใช้กับชีวิตจริงได้คือเกมเนี่ยฮะทำให้ผมขับรถเป็นครับทำยังไงถึงจะผ่านมาได้ทุกครั้งที่เราแพ้เราก็เก็บมาเป็นบทเรียนแล้วก็พัฒนาต่อไป
ในมุมมองดิจิตอลมอเตอร์สปอร์ตนะครับผมคิดว่ามันจับต้องง่ายขึ้นมันเริ่มเข้าถึงได้ง่ายขึ้นนะครับไม่ได้ยากเหมือนรถจริงที่อาจจะต้องมีขั้นตอนอะไรมากมายกว่านี้ร่วมเข้าแข่งขันก็ขอให้ทุกคนสู้กันอย่างเต็มที่นะครับแล้วก็มีน้ำใจนักกีฬาสู้กันอย่างไม่ต้องยั้งนะครับสู้กันเต็มที่
And Swaddy Krap, welcome everybody back to Gran Turismo Pro Series 2020, presented by B-Quik. Folks, this is Lord Siri Boonmi, sitting in the house of Grand Prix International. Of course, home of GP eRacing, the place where you want to check us out on the Facebook page, like and share, even subscribe, why don't you? Place us on a public status, of course, share your likes, share your comments right here. Of course, that also opens up great doors and opportunities for B-Quik to give out freebies and mugs and whatnot. So those of you that like and share will be picked up randomly to be given prizes. Of course, if you're back into the game and you don't know what's going on, welcome back, folks, to the racing series. And of course, we're in our second track, or on our second track, the Blue Moon Bay speed circuit. All right, so basically, if to play a little bit of a catch-up, once again, the competition, of course, is based off of the Gran Turismo series, or the GT Sports series, provided by the good old folks down by Polyphony. And of course, we do have the rights to broadcast, therefore giving us the wonderful platform for the races to occur, and, you know, we'll have fun. You know, 2020 wasn't all that bad. So we're just going to mosey on over and race on along the way. No quitting whatsoever. Okay? So, here to have fun and here for a win, of course. We are certified by RAAT, also a member of the FIA. And for this series event, the Digital Motorsports to win the Thailand Trophy for GT Pro Series is up for grabs. That's right, folks. 8 drivers in total for each class. And now we're going to head on over to Class A. All right, so Class A, of course, will be bumped. Well, for example, 8 drivers in the total for each class. Currently, we're in Class A, and the drivers with an accumulated points reaching 7th or 8th place will therefore be bumped down from Class A to Class B in the second session. So what does that mean? That means, well, if you're in Class A and you're not doing too well, and you're, pretty much down the line, you're going to be bumped down to the other grade, which is grade B, Class B. So more incentive for folks to be racing in Class A and maintain their performance. You don't want to go down the rank. You want to climb on up. That's right. And, of course, along the way, you're going to be garnering points. And, of course, 8 drivers, like I did mention earlier on, GP eRacing finals from 2019. Those were the drivers that will be picked up for the race today. And as for the awards, well, some of you are racing for the awards. Class A winners will be defined by the accumulated points of the season. So each point will be worth 250 baht, so 250 baht. And if you get 40 points, for example, you will receive 10,000 baht, for example. And get the trophies ranking from the first place to third place. And an additional award offered by B-Quik, which is, of course, our main sponsor. So, yeah, it's nice to get the awards from B-Quik and have a memorabilia placed on your trophy rack, right? Wouldn't that be wonderful? And, of course, we're not leaving behind the viewers. We're not leaving out the viewers. Well, as I said earlier on, viewers at home right now have a wonderful chance. This opportunity that we're going on live out of the land of smiles right here for this racing here, that you can like and share and put it in a public status. And, of course, the viewers back at home will be picked out randomly by our staff members. And, of course, B-Quik will be giving away prizes and whatnot, such as the mugs, to 5 of the randomly picked viewers from home. All right? So, without further ado, I'd like to also say thank you to B-Quik over there. So, B-Quik Company Limited, for their wonderful support. And, oh, don't forget, folks, the last race, which will take place later on in the series, will be held down by the headquarters of B-Quik. And they're having all these wonderful activities down there. So be sure, for the last race, head on over to the Rama 5 headquarters if you're in Thailand. All right? If you're not, if you're from far away or in another country, obviously that's not going to happen. But you can still check us out online and see what a fanfare is all about and how wonderful B-Quik is supportive of this industry. All right? So a shout out also to RAAT and Polyphony. Let's check the drivers, folks. Down in number 1, Not Soyot, the Mian GT1, 10 points under his belt, and rightfully so. Last time he raced his heart out and was way in the front, so he got the 10 points under his belt. Then we got 10 TE 888 car wash, 8 points. There you go. Sawadi krap. He got the 888 on his chest right there as well. So next up, Vatana. Do we have Vatana in the house? Yes, we do. BMW Banks, 6 points. Do we have him? Yeah, no. Well, 10 TE 888 car wash still in his shot right here. He's still going thumbs up. Yeah, here we go. Finally, a shot of Tana Tip Vatana, BMW Banks. 6 points in his credit. You want to rack up the points as much as possible. This kid is a killer driver, and he's going to move up the ranks as fast as he could. Anand from OVH, Anand Akagi, also in the mix, currently listed down for 4th. See if we get a shot of Anand here, because Tanatip is pretty much focused right now. I think he's almost about to qualify or start his qualifying round. Let's move over to OVH Anand Akagi. There we go, Akagi in the house. And Akagi, 5 points for him. Sawadi Krap, the wonderful Thai Y, well known all over the world. 2 thumbs up for him as well. M78 ESPR. Now, as you can see, some of these drivers are starting to go onto the track for the qualifying rounds. Can we get a shot of M78 ESPR? Tititon Nanan. Here we go. Representing B-Quik. As you can see, 4 points for him. And down the line, who do we have next? Tonapat. Do we have Tonapat in the house? Tititon says, hello. Peace out. Sawadee krab. Tititon. Tanapat also Pramuanton. So OVH Ice GT1 for 3 points. Getting his points racking up. Slow but sure. So there he is, Ice GT1. He has 3 points. He's the guy with the overheat sign in the background as well on his car as well. Whoa, Fanatec. That's a really nice setup you got there, buddy. Ton of pot right there. OVH Ice GT1 for 3 points right now, dialing in as much as he could onto his. What is he touching there?
Must be the controller.
No thumb marks over there. Oh, Steve Nash, my buddy boy right there. What's up, Stevie boy? Sawadee krap, Steve Nash. Warut. Representing Vatana, Steve, 77. 2 points for him. He is a great contender. You should see him on the real track with his Integra, by the way. Great driver. And last but not least, we have, here we go, Not Danai off SPR. Now, he didn't race at Scuba Circuit and is therefore a newbie, a new entry. I wouldn't say a newbie. Let's just say a new entry. So no points for him, but he does round out the top 8 drivers here for our race. So without further ado, we're going to be going over into the shot here of all the drivers out here for you. Now, I just want to say again, the racing situation here will be on Blue Moon Bay Speedway. There's a reason why there's the word Speedway added to this track, and that's because, heck, it's a place for speed. So we're not going to be using econo boxes. It would be actually interesting and funny if we did use, you know, like micro midget cars or whatnot. But no, we're going to use the Super Formula cars. So once again, we're going to see Honda Super Formula cars, SF19 or the Grade X cars from Polyphony being used right here on Blue Moon Bay Speedway. So 46 laps once again for the racing, and tire selection will be racing hard, medium, or soft, wear rate at 29 times, and sip rate of the fuel will be 4 times the rate of normal fuel consumption. Starting will be a rolling start. All right, so once again, as for the livery, of course, all the livery and the B-Quik decals will be pasted onto the car as it should, because you know, it's presented by B-Quik. So it's pretty common sense right there. And of course, drivers in Class A that have the overall points combined to equal 7th and 8th position of this season will be bumped down from Class A to Class B for Season 2. Okay, let's get into the race. Without further ado, let's reboot me in the house right here for GP eRacing. Here we go. Okie dokie, here we go, and they're off. I always wanted to say it like that. A shot of pit road right here, out of pit lane. Pit lane is open now, and they're off to do their wonderful high-speed laps. Obviously, first roundabout. Ooh, we already have a bump up against M78 ESPR. What was that about? Get used to that steering wheel, why don't you? Okay, here we go. OVH Anan Akagi out in front. 78 SPR in 3rd position here. B-Quik adorned beautifully in yellow. Very iconic. I must say, since we did mention the pit service area. Oh, he's back again. So anyway, pit area for the B-Quik folks here. And he's already out. Taking it easy. Everybody on their out lap here. And it's interesting to see, once they pass the grandstand corner on the first turn, it was weird that they didn't stay on the outside line. They stayed on the inside. I wonder, what's that all about? Vatana BMW Banks in 2nd seat, hanging back with a train full of cars right behind him. Man, everything is a blur here. These cars reach a top speed of 310 kilometers per hour. No joke whatsoever. Okay, get ready. Here are the new rankings. What we have right now, OVH Ice GT 138. Nice. Right out the bat. That was already tied up with Class B on the 2nd lap for qualifying. So that just shows that, yeah, things are going to kick up pretty fast around here. All right. So don't forget, we have 2 minutes and 45 seconds left to go before the end of qualifying rounds. Well, excuse me. While everybody's making their rounds down by pit road, making their changes and whatnot, using soft tires, obviously, because they want to get the most grip out of these open wheelers. We have off SPR showing his worth right there on the track. Trying to go up behind M78 ESPR. Slingshot, you know, that could be actually very advantageous, sorry, I should say, because that would actually increase his chance to go up the pole position by decreasing his time, using that to slingshot and into a straight line right across the grandstand. Oh, new qualifying set time of 38.861. Off SPR is beating his own time, 1 lap at a time. Now, as you can see, the placement is a little bit weird right now. If you just jumped into the show right now, you're seeing the qualifying round happening with only 1.5 minutes left to go for Gran Turismo Pro Series 2020 Track 2 Class A. We're doing this live out of the land of smiles, but the track happens to be Blue Moon Bay Speedway. And the name of the game right now is Open Wheelers. That's right. Another qualifying lap broken. Tan TE 888 now takes a fast lap. Oh, wow. See, that was weird. Some people are going way down, dipping into the inside lane, then they go back out again. I don't see the advantage of doing that. Or maybe when they do dip out, they go straight into pits. I don't know. But with only 35 seconds left to go, they gotta move it, or else OVH will be in first. OVH is in first, so that's not bad for him, right? B&W Banks, he's one of the great contenders, down by 5th position right now. Matana Steve Nash, 77 right there in 6th. In the orange open wheeler right there for you. He's usually associated with that color. I think that's one of his favorite colors. That's why. And off SPR sets a new qualifying time. 38.462. Dropping it down by a tenth of a second. Slowly but surely. Possibly due to the lower fuel in his fuselage. I wonder if that actually plays a part. You know, the less fuel you have, obviously in a real race, that would. All right, checker flag out, and we now have the standings for the qualifying rounds. Up next, you're going to see a rolling start, so we should see the roster as to who did get the pole position. But it looks like to me we have OVH Ice GT1. Tanapat. Even though he's in pit row, but it does look like he is happy with that time. And everybody else slowing down, waiting for the lobby to clear before we rack it down up. Okay, here's the official standing. Ice GT1 did get first place. Tanapat right there. Bramuan Ton. So congratulations to him. Now it's time for the race. Sponsored by B-Quik. Folks, welcome to Gran Turismo Pro Series 2020. I'm Lord Siri Bumi, and we're about to get racing right here for track number 2, or race 2, for Class A, right here by Blue Moon Speedway. All right? And the rolling start is about to take place, so here's the roll. Everybody not going to be passing each other or jump starting, just to keep it nice and fair and square. 3, 2, 1, count it down with me, folks, and they're off. OVH Ice GT1 in the lead, and let's see how long he can hold that overheat car. All right, looks like he's pulling it away from the crowd. The Mian pulling away from the Mian. That is weird. Usually the one in second position would be all over his rear end right there. Okay, it does look like he's bumping up against him though. Yep. I mean, if the drivers can stand up and walk to the other car, they would. They could, because that's how close they are, folks. And look at that! Look at them go, as if they were hooked on to each other like a train. These open wheelers are hitting the 250, 260, 270 marks on the kph velocity speed. The speed trap would probably measure 300 by the time they get down to half tank. That was the after they passed the podium, the starting line, checkered line. The first turn is the tightest. The second turn not as tight, so they can take this turn as a little bit wider if they wanted to. But most importantly, they're probably going to take it with more speed. Then they want to slow down just a bit before they hit turn 3. And then the long stretch in front of the grandstand. So already second lap, now going for third. There we go. By now, their tires should have warmed up properly and things should be starting to heat up. Now, let's really get serious. OVH Anandakagi, let's see what he's going to do. Meanwhile, back up front, OVH Ice GT1 trying to trick the way up against a whole slew of drivers. PSC the Mian right behind his back. Oh, look at number 3 trying to edge up against the Mian, but then was blocked. Nowhere to go. If he dove right in, he wouldn't set himself up for the corner for turn 3. Now, these guys are pretty much focused right now. You don't want to screw up the race right off the get-go in lap 4. That would be, that would be crazy. Oh, after all that, somebody wants to take a nosedive onto the inside lane. Who is that? Oh, let's see. OVH Anand Akagi. Meanwhile, SBR dove into the inside lane, starting to lose his ground. And you can see, sometimes they swerve. I think a car did hit the outside of the track. Somebody went out way wide, too wide. Too much for him to handle. Watanabe, BMW Banks, now in first position. How long can he hold it? He's on the outside. I doubt he's going to hold it for that long. FSPR, where did he go? Right behind him. So BMW Banks now up in the lead. Let's check out who's got the fastest lap time. Still around 40 seconds, which is still a little bit too slow for my taste compared to the other class, Class B. But those times will definitely drop now since BMW Banks now is up in front. Let's see if he can crack the whip up against M7080 SPR's 40-second lap time. Uh-oh. Off SPR, trying to drive a little more aggressively. Otherwise, he's going to be chomped out from the back from third position. PSC the Mian. He can get away from that. He's fine. Now he's up against Watanabe once again into the corner. It seems as if OFF off SPR is doing quite well for corners, but not as well for straightaways. And that seems to be his problem. TANTE AAA Car Wash having a little trouble still in the 5th row. Taking a back seat in the mid of the race. Down already 7 laps in. He's mumbling something to himself. What the heck? I gotta say, Gran Turismo Pro Series 2020, presented by B-Quik, is a wonderful opportunity, not just for professional racers, but also for up-and-coming racers. So without further ado, if you can get your hands on one of these controllers, either a Fanatec or the official GT Gran Turismo steering wheel, go ahead, knock your socks off. I mean, you gotta try your best. And the only way you're gonna try to beat up the front is, of course, by practicing your driving line and maintaining your concentration and maintaining the race throughout. You know, sometimes we hold these long endurance races, and that's gonna really test your mentality and your fitness as well. So here's a shot out of Nabest. Nabest, of course, is the veteran Thai commentator out in the studio right across from me right here, out by Grand Prix International. And you can check his commentary for Grand Prix GPE Racing on the Facebook page. Meanwhile, this is Learn Siri Boonmi holding it out right here in the house. Land of Smiles right here. Thailand. Vatana, Steve 77 now takes lead up against his buddy, Vatana BMW Banks. Steve O, here we go. Orange and blazing a trail in front. He should be really happy now. Looks like the wind is up for him, and he's going to be taking in some fresh air up front. Meanwhile, giving his buddy, Vatana BMW Banks, a safe position in second. Blocking off Anand Akagi. But Steve drops down a second, leading the way, still back in first position now. BMW Banks takes the lead. Steve had a taste of what's it like to be number one up front without any obstruction whatsoever. But that was quickly taken back within 2 laps by BMW Banks. Also teammate from Vatana. Black livery right there. So the black and orange right there, both from Vatana, are leading the front of the track. 10 laps in, down by Blue Moon Bay Speedway. Super Formula cars in effect, thanks to Honda here. And it seems that Steve Nash is actually using the slipstream to his advantage, almost reaching the 300 kph. Oh, did he hit the wall? I hope he did. Yes, he did. The way I can tell is that when he did hit the wall, even though there weren't sparks flying or any debris coming out, his car did slow down by a few, 10 kph whatsoever, gave Anand Akagi a chance to get all over up behind him. Anand Akagi now seeing that Steve Nash possibly might repeat that mistake. Will he go for it? If Steve Nash repeats that mistake once again, Akagi's right behind to chomp up second position. Look at that movement on the steering wheel. Anand Akagi not swerving, not jiggling the steering wheel. Everything's all smooth. That's how racing should be. But then 888 car wash right behind Akagi, so he can't pay too much attention up against Steve Nash. Steve 77 now looking to maybe pass Vatana BMW Banks. Will his teammate let him through? That is the question. Man, you can even hear the crowd cheering as they drive past the grandstand here. That is an optimal grandstand, don't you think? Fully packed. Race day. Of course, you got to say that, pink car right there in the back, right behind OVH Ice right there. Gave a little scrub and nub onto the side of the track. What was that all about? PSC the Mia in 5th position. Here we are. Last time he was up in first. What had happened? I don't think his forte is in open wheelers. Maybe it's a little too fast to handle, but these cars, I mean, if you just sneeze or wink your eye just a little bit, these cars are going to veer off to the left or the right, depending how much pressure you put on those steering wheels. That's how sensitive these cars are, basically. In real-world situations, the aerodynamic is enough to push these cars down by many kilograms, or in the States-wise, they would call it pounds, the weight unit. And of course, the underside of these cars were meant to suck to the ground. Wow. Last but not least, we went off SPR, shot to him. B-Quik all over, obviously, because that's the livery he chose for his ride, but also the little B-Quik sponsored stickers also on the car, as they are also on other cars as well. Vatana BMW Banks takes you see the horse on the side of the car, that is their logo for Vatana. And those two teammates look like they're giving their best to try to defend against the rest of the track, namely Tan TE 888 Car Wash, who's trying to go on the outside, nose dive bombing into the inside lane, getting a clean exit. But No way. With those two Watanabe cars up front, it is very hard to pass. If he gets through Steve Nash, which actually he did just hit the wall right there, he still has to fend up against B&W Banks. Tag team in the house. Once again, folks, I gotta say to the folks at home cheering these guys on. Oh, looks like the two Watanabe guys are coming into pit row. Here goes the whistle blowing. Let's see how long they take for pit stops. TANTE AAA Car Wash now has a chance to be clear view and clear skies up ahead. Racetrack for him is all his, being in first position, but he's got to come in sooner or later. Last class, Class B, pitted in around 17th lap, and I think the Watanabe crew pitted in early. Smart move. They had the momentum as long as they could. They might as well pass on the torch to TANTE AAA Car Wash, also OVH Ice GT1, because sooner or later they know that these two will duck right into pit row sooner or later. Off SPR already in pit row. He's down by 6th position. Will now drop as well. Well, we got to see a shot of Power Lab right there for you. TANTE AAA Car Wash, tuned by Power Lab, I guess. But Ice GT1 just passed and ducking into first position and into the inside lane, fending off against PSC The Bien. The Bien now makes a comeback. Alrighty. Now let's see what happens. Now they're all ducking into pit row. And of course in pit lane, you gotta adhere to the speed limit. Meanwhile, back out. Will these two make it back up front in time before the rest of the whole crew comes out from pit row? These two Watanabe machines, Steve Nash and, oh my goodness, here we go. B&W Banks, yes they do. They made it back just in time. And now lead the rest of the race. And now the Ferris wheel, the merry-go-round goes round and round again. PSC The Bien now comes into 3rd position. Good recovery. He was down by 4th or 5th, but now jumps into 3rd position. Let's see if his strategy will pan out. Meanwhile, M78 ESPR right behind his back in 4th. And OVH Ice GT1 in 5th position, 2 seconds, 2.7 seconds behind the lead of Watanabe and Banks. One of my biggest fears for these cars in real life, obviously, is of course when you do run into each other and tires do rub. If you know the laws of physics, that will send the car in the back to go flying over you. But of course, since this is a simulator, I don't think they're gonna put that into the game. Otherwise, that would be very colorful. Okay, shot into the car. M78E trying to push on over. SPR right there up against the Bien, using the slipstream, representing in the yellow. Here we go. Oh, slowed down quite a bit. Wasn't able to follow the Bien as close as possible, so it seems that M78E SPR has a disadvantage when it comes to corners for these high-speed racers over wheelers. TANTE AAA Car Wash in 6th position. Dropped down like a rock. You know, if they really filmed this with a drone, the drone would have been spinning out of control because of the turbulence in the air caused by these speed monsters. So, I mean, if you ever get a chance in real life to witness a real F1 race or a Formula race, you know, go ahead, because it's something that is so thrilling, and the power that it sends right through the guardrails and the fence, the chain link fence, it's just amazing. I've been to one of those races before, and man, oh man, the power is astounding. Watanabe BMW Banks not letting go of the position. Steve Nash in the 77 machine trying not to hit the wall anymore. You can see through the corners he slowed down and he gets right up to the back of BMW Banks. No problemo. The slipstream seems to be working wonderfully. The question is, will BMW Banks let his position slide through a slip-up or not? Well, whatever happens, if these two guys cross the checkered line, it will be victory for Vatana. I gotta say, that will be awesome. Meanwhile, PSC the Miek GT1 out in third position, way back there, dropping down, let's see, about 4 car lengths away. And for open wheelers, that's not a lot for a layperson. But for the race cars themselves, that's quite a lot to catch up. And you can see the Miek right now a little bit stressed from his facial expressions I'm looking over. I mean, his eyes are fully glued to the screen, but he's saying something, and judging by his expression, he's not that happy what's going on. Looks like he's being pushed from the back of the row there. M78ESPR pulling him in the back. It's as if the Miek is trying to drag the rest of the field with him. He's got to get away from that slipstream and try to move on over to the back end of Steve Nash. Steve 77 out of Watanabe in second position. Remember, folks, if you're at home and you're checking us out on GPE Racing Facebook page, go on and subscribe, like, and share. Put us on the map. And, of course, the trophy for Thailand for who will be the fastest on the digital circuit here. You'll get random prizes picked out. And, of course, given to you by B-Quik, which will later on be announced, possibly on the Facebook page itself. So there you go. Something to be had by everyone, not just the racers, but to the fans at home. And I also have to say that later on for track 4, which will be later on in September on a Sunday, you can check out the race event down by headquarters of B-Quik down by Rama 5 in Thailand. It's going to be activities and, of course, the podium winnings, trophy awards given out. That should be exciting to see. Meanwhile, back to the race here. Gran Turismo Pro Series 2020 presented by B-Quik with Learn Siri Budmi. Giving you the highlights here as well. M78 ESPR finally makes a move on up to third position. OVH Ice GT1 drops down to fourth. AAA Car Wash down by fifth. ME78E looks like he's making a move, moving away from the front of the fourth position. OVH Ice GT1's nose cone. The Miek drops down all the way to seventh. What had happened there? Not showing replays now, but probably replays will be seen or had in the Facebook page of GPE Racing. So stay tuned for that later on. And it looks like ME78E SPR moved up because the Miek had dropped down in the race here, down to 7th place, hanging out with off SPR in 8th position. All eyes on Anand Akagi, fastest lap, 38.812. Now that's the time that I'm looking for, with a 38 second range around Blue Moon here. It's not exactly an oval-shaped lap, but it does have the characteristics of a high-speed ring, being augmented by 3 corners here with different variable angles here. The most being the one we just saw right now out of grid start. And this one here is the widest of all the banks and turns. So they can bank and turn at a faster lap time, or faster speed, I should say, and a little bit of a wider line. Still up in the front. No problem for these two. Watanabe BMW Banks and Steve Nash, Steve 77 from Watanabe as well, playing defense for BMW Banks. But they're getting ready to meet up with M78E SPR. Tititon 99 coming up really fast, charging up. Will he be the charger of the race? We'll wait and see. Tanti AAA Car Wash in 5th right here. Eyes on him right now, middle of the group. That grouping is kind of tight. Tanti AAA Car Wash now for 3rd position. What? What? Oh no! M78 ESPR dropping like a rock. What had happened? He is slowing down. Oh, hits the wall too. What's going on there? Tanti hits the wall. Okay, looks like pit stop. That's why. Watanabe BMW Banks, also Steve Nash, and off SPR down by pit road. Changing tires and filling up. Off SPR makes a move for medium compound. Wow. That's actually an interesting move, because now down by 32 laps out of 46. I don't think he's going to pit stop anymore. Maybe he's going to gamble it with a medium compound. But he's got to be careful. Medium compound means not going to be hanging on tight to the roads as compared to soft. But it does have more endurance. So maybe if he's a more aggressive driver, that might play more to his advantage. And they're off onto the tracks, out of the pits. Tanti AAA still in the front. Up against Ice GT1, who now has a chance. But wait a minute, there might be a change-up, because if they do come in for pit row, they're going to lose their position. Ananda Kagi in 3rd now. M78E back in 4th. The Miang in 5th. He was bouncing up all over the place. Initially, I thought the Miang would be up in 1st place from the get-go. Seeing how he drove in the last race down by Scuba Circuit for Track 1 race for Gran Turismo Pro Series 2020, brought to you in part by B-Quik. But now, with open wheel racers, with these Honda machines, Formula, Super Formulas, doesn't seem to be his forte. Okay, all these other cars are now ducking back into pit row, and that's the game changer now. At 34th lap out of 46, it looks like the returning reigning leaders, Watanabe BMW Banks and Steve 77, Mr. Nash himself in the orange with the Watanabe livery, will be numero uno and dos. 1 and 2. Here we are. And they passed the checkered line. The grid start right there. Did they make it back in time? No. Oh, no. If they didn't make it back in time, now they're going to have to fight for it. Wow, this is going to make a really challenging race, since M78, now ESPR, is up in 1st position. But I think he might have to duck into pit soon. So let's see how he handles. 35 laps out of 46. Meanwhile, here comes the rest of the freight trains. SPR still in front. And the advantage of having a bank going into the corners here is it keeps your cars grippy onto the corners. That means, like, instead of having a negative camber on your tire setup and the telemetry, the surface is actually banking towards your wheels, and that actually helps. It's like going on a roller coaster and you're just looping around corners there. Ice GT1, all eyes poised on him. It looks like with only 2 or 2.2 seconds behind SPR, M78E. Saw him earlier right there in the shop before ducking into a corner in 1st corner. Here you see him. Meanwhile, it might spell disaster out for Watanabe BMW Banks and Steve 77, and also off SPR. the Mian sandwiched right in the middle, so he's pretty much neutral. The Tan TE AAA Car Wash also semi-neutral in 4th position. And as we are going down for this Gran Turismo Pro Series 2020, I want to thank B-Quik for sponsoring and presenting this event, as well as the good old folks down by Polyphony for, letting us license this for the racing series, and therefore able to broadcast on a global status here. Trying to garner the Thailand trophy using this wonderful platform with great physics and setup. Also a shout out to RAAT, a member of the FIA and certified. And of course they are the marshals over on the side scrutinizing this event. I find it ironic though that OVH Ice GT1 has the word overheat on the side of his car. Obviously that is a sponsorship decal, and of course when you do have sponsorship on the side of the car that big, and obviously that's a lot of money involved to have something slapped onto the side of the car that size. Okay, side by side, OVH Ice GT1 up against M78. Oh, M78E loses it down to 3rd position. Tan TE AAA Car Wash now in 2nd. They're up for 3 abreast. There you see it. And did a switcheroo out in turn 1 on 40th lap. So if you guys down there by editing room would like to check out the highlight reel, check out 40th lap right in the get-go where Tan TE AAA Car Wash and OVH Ice GT1 surpassed M78E SPR turn 1. Still in the back there, behind PSC the Mian in 5th position, Vatana BMW Banks in 6th, Vatana Steve 77 in 7th, off SPR in 8th. The Mian GT1 with a lap time, fastest lap time of 38.761. Nobody surpassing that time yet. So that means that the rate of progress will pretty much be stable as of now, because it doesn't look like anybody's going to be passing each other at this point. Everybody's pretty much doing their best here. Ananda Kagi in 3rd position. 42 laps out of 46. It's winding down. Blue Moon Bay Speedway, featuring super formulas from Honda. Folks over in the audience, go ahead, like it, share, cheer for your favorite racers, and of course vouch for a chance to win prizes and giveaways by generous sponsors by B-Quik. And of course, stay tuned for all the highlights, comments, tidbits behind the scenes down by eRacing on the Facebook page. I'm Lord Siri Bunmi doing the commentary. You can also check my commentary on my Facebook page as well. Tan TE AAA Car Wash in 3rd, the Mian in 4th. Wow, what a shot! I noticed that Gran Turismo likes to use these different angle shots towards the end of the race when it winds down. I guess it's more dramatic as well, you see? All right, AAA Car Wash out in front. Power Lab, of course, is one of the tuner places out in Bangkok. Great tuner. A shout out to P-Man, who's probably looking on. But the Mian, focused now. Not so much speaking. Trying to get past Tan TE AAA Car Wash. At least he moved over M78E SPR, so that's okay. Oh, SPR down by pit road. Why did he need to change now? Being that it's only like 2 laps left, he ducked into pits. That's amazing. Oh, triple car. 3 abreast going into a corner. They made it out safely. That's good. Usually, in a case like this, that would be very, very dangerous. Can you imagine controlling a car going 300 kilometers per hour and 3 across wide on the track? I mean, to think there's only 4 lanes on the track to start off. 3 across onto a corner would be crazy. These cars really handle on rails. All right, folks, final lap. Here we go. If this was a boxing ring, you would hear the slap on the canvas. Now it's now or never moment. The Miang, whoa, gets in first position. Wow, what a turn of events. OVH Ice GT1 in second. The Miang, will he hold on? Uh-oh, drops down a second. He was on the outside lane, losing position and momentum to OVH Ice GT1. He had it a second ago. Will he lose it to third position to Anandakagi? Oh no, he does. Anandakagi gets second position. Triple A Car Wash gets third. The Miang drops back down to fourth. Almost within that lap, he had the chance to get first position, but congratulations to Ice GT1 in first, Anandakagi in second, Tan TE 888 in third. We're waiting for the official response. Obviously, I'm just looking at the screen here because that's what I saw, and I saw OVH Ice GT1 make it past through checkered flag, the first to get there in a grueling attempt, and everybody was ganging up against BSC the Miang, who dropped down incredibly down to fourth position. Wow. So now with the race over for Gran Turismo Pro Series 2020 presented by B-Quik, the reading as follows. Victory now given to none other than OVH Ice GT1. Blue Moon Bay race event had come to a close for race results for Class A. And there you go, Lord Siri Bumi hanging down in the house, Atlanta Smiles right here in Thailand. Folks, don't forget, check us out on GPE Racing Facebook page for all the tidbits, highlights, and news, and of course, announcement for the next race to come. Track 3 and Track 4 will be coming up later on in the series to conclude, but we're not there yet. So, folks at home, don't forget, like, share, subscribe, and of course, place your comments into public mode for the status, of course. Otherwise, what's the point? Gran Turismo Pro Series 2020 brought to you in part by B-Quik. I would like to thank B-Quik and, of course, for their wonderful support. Also to Polyphony for the Gran Turismo Sports, and also a shout out to RAAT as well, member of the FIA, and of course GPE Racing. A shout out to home base right here for Grand Prix International. Once again, folks, don't forget that you're going to want to stay tuned for Track 3. The race will be coming up in a few weeks from now, so you want to check us out there. We will announce the track that will be used for the race and for Race 4, which will be the highlight because that's when the awards will be given out at the actual podium down by B-Quik headquarters, down by Rama 5. So if you're in town, if you're in Thailand, head on out to B-Quik Rama 5 when the time does come. I know for sure it's on a Sunday, so stick around on the Facebook page. So, without further ado, this is Alert Siri Boon Me, and if you want to check out the highlights, check us over at GPE Racing Facebook page on the Facebook social media. So, without further ado, bye-bye. Sawadee krab.
Thailand Championship มันกิโลเท่าไหร่เริ่มต้น690 บาทดังๆ690 บาทแถมฟรีใส่กล่องฟรีค่าแรงคุ้มไหมคุ้มมากครบทุกบริการเรื่องรถที่ B-Quik ทั่วประเทศถึง31 ธันวาคมนี้เรียกแบทแมนเรียกแบทแมนโทร1153ส่งฟรีเปลี่ยนถึงที่ทั่วกรุงเทพครบทุกบริการเรื่องรถที่ B-Quik เปลี่ยนน้ำมันเครื่องต้องที่ B-Quik ที่ไหน B-Quik ทำไมแชร์โมบิลเกนมันกิโลเท่าไหร่เริ่มต้น690 บาทดังๆ690 บาทแถมฟรีใส่กล่องฟรีค่าแรงคุ้มไหมคุ้มมากครบทุกบริการเรื่องรถที่ B-Quik ทั่วประเทศถึง31 ธันวาคมนี้
Okay, folks, so it's back here with the official results here. Tanapat Pramonton. OVH Ice GT1 gets a 10-point score lead. Anand Tanachai, OVH Anand Akagi gets 8 points on the scoreboard. Thanapat, Tanti AAA Car Wash gets 6 points. Natayot, Siragaya, PSC The Mian GT1 drops down to 5 points on the scoreboard. Diditon Nanan, M78E SPR gets 4 points on the lead. And Tanatip, Vatana BMW Banks gets 3 points. Varut, Steve Nash, 77, gets 2 points. And Natanai off SPR gets 1 point for this track. So that is the official roster and call for the results of Blue Moon Racetrack, right? Blue Moon Bay Speedway featuring Super Formula Honda 2019 SF19 machines. Dallara. So until next time, OVH GT1 there. We got a shot here of the first person in lead. That's very interesting. He got 10 points, which puts him in top row. And there you have it, folks. There you have it, folks. There you have it, folks. So, without further ado, we did have the official results come on in, as you can see here. Last minute. And I did call out the winners of the race. Congratulations to OVH GT1, Mr. Tanapat Pramonton, for getting in 10 scores for this track and winning this race. Anand Tanachai, OVH Anand Akagi gets 8. And, of course, Tanapat gets AAA Car Wash, gets 6 points for coming in third position. Man, it was just too bad that the Mian GT1 did come in fourth position. He did have it that close. So check out the highlights later on. This is Lord Siri Boon Me saying over and out. Until next time, folks, Gran Turismo Pro Series 2020 brought to you in part by B-Quik. We'll be back later on. Until next time, Sawadee Krab.
เปลี่ยนน้ำมันเครื่องต้องที่ B-Quik ที่ไหน B-Quik ทำไมเชลโบวิลเกนเป็นกิโลเท่าไหร่เริ่มต้น690 บาทดังๆ690 บาทแถมฟรีใส่กล่องฟรีค่าแรงคุ้มไหมคุ้มมากครบทุกบริการเรื่องรถที่ B-Quik ทั่วประเทศถึง31 ธันวาคมนี้เรียกแบทแมนเรียกแบทแมนโทร1153ส่งฟรีเปลี่ยนถึงที่ทั่วกรุงเทพครบทุกบริการเรื่องรถที่ B-Quik